The degrees, from the book Nuovo Dizionario di Astrologia by Ciro Discepolo. The degrees represent an immense field of potential research in astrology. They could explain many enigmas that characterize our discipline, starting with the differing destinies of biological twins, and in fact, the latter are sometimes born only a few minutes apart, and often have absolutely different destinies. Take the case of the Cusani brothers. Sergio, born in Naples on August 4th, 1948, at 7 a.m., and Dario, born at 6:35 a.m. The first is known for the famous Enimont trial during the Mani Pulite investigation. The second is primarily an artist and a poet. We are certain that, especially regarding genetic twins, individual zodiacal degrees can provide us with reliable answers. The trouble is that very little is known about them. Therefore, we would like to cite two representative cases, one in favor and one against. And years ago, we were at the Saturnia Congress organized by the monthly magazine Ciro. We were walking through the magnificent avenues of the thermal baths with our friend and colleague Peter Van Wood. A lady we had never seen before approached us and asked Van Wood, "Master, may I ask you a question?" He replied, "Yes, madam, but first tell me if you were born on March 21st. The woman was thunderstruck and confirmed that she was indeed born on that day. Less than half an hour later, Peter and I joined a television crew filming a report on the Congress. My Dutch colleague said to one of the technicians, "Wait, let's suppose you were born on September 5th. The technician laughed, not realizing the greatness of my colleague, and said, "No, I was born on September 6th, not the 5th. Van Wood had clearly identified the degree of this gentleman's son, but, not knowing his year of birth, he could not determine if he was born on September 5th or 6th. To our knowledge, no other astrologers in the world, besides our talented colleague, are capable of doing the same. Now, let us look at a negative example of the application of zodiacal degrees. Degrees should relate to the fixed stars and correspond to something objective and shared by all authors. However, this is not the case. Let's take any degree, for example, the 23rd degree of Aries. According to the Thebaic calendar, Giuseppe di Bartolo, Sette schiavi per un oroscopo morin, it corresponds to many envious enemies and base rivalries. According to Peter Van Wood, it is a beautiful degree that will give a rich and interesting life. Finally, according to André Leclerc, it is even a nefarious degree of death.